Welcome back, folks. You're listening to WUSB Stony Brook, and Memento is finally here. I'm with two of the members. So we just listened to Rapid Calm by Between the Buried and Me. Before that, we had the whole EP of Memento's new release, Time and Value. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. We had to run because we are running out of time. So we listened to those 4 songs. So now we're joined by two of the members. How about you introduce yourselves, tell us what part of the band you are in, and how you guys formed.
My name's Andre. I play guitar.
My name is Cedric, and I play guitar and do some harsh vocals / harmonies.
But anyway, yeah. Well, the band started with Cedric and another member, our singer Luca. And I mean, he could talk about what they were doing before they.
So they had like a whole side project going on.
Yeah, you know, they were writing some stuff, and then what happened was, you know, I met them in high school. We were friends for a bit, and then me and Cedric, we were talking on and off, and one day I sent him like a guitar thing that I wrote, and he was like, "Oh my God, we have to turn this into something." So like it was like this like clean reverby guitarish thing, and he turned it into this fast, upbeat, crazy punk song, which was the first song on our first release. Reruns. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But so that's when I joined the band. We were actually the first song on the new EP was like the first song that Cedric showed me, and we were joking about it before. Basically, it was 1 3-minute chorus, and so I came in. We started writing and basically self-producing and changing some stuff up, and now that turned into Time and Value.
Oh, okay.
So
since we have, limited time now, I will just ask you, like, one more question before we go into, like, the album-specific type stuff. And we'll talk about, like, production and blah, blah, blah. But, what were some cool shows that you guys have played recently? Or, like, your coolest show, like, a great memory?
Well, there's 2 I can think of right now. We played with Home Safe when Ice Collide in Long Island.
Yeah, I actually saw you guys there.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun show. And we recently played a festival type of thing and back in Staten Island, and that was really cool in my opinion.
I'm just a little curious because on your Bandcamp it says that you got a show in like Germany, but I'm not sure if it's like for you guys.
It could be another group or something.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, with the band name, we had a hard time coming up with something, and we settled on Memento, and we had an issue with our Spotify or something. I think there was an artist with a similar name, but they haven't been active in such a long time, so so that could be part of that confusion. But
so where did the name Memento come from?
Well, we're gonna have to give a shout out to our old friends in Storm the Bay. They're an older local band from upstate New York, I believe, and
we were just hanging out, and then we were like, "That's it. We need to like find a band name." Like,
so we were listening to the record, and I was like, you know what, Memento, whatever, let's do it.
And it's a cool movie, so
okay,
screw it.
Okay, so let's start talking about Time and Value. So, how did you pick the name Time and Value to represent the album? The EP, sorry.
I'm not entirely sure because our singer came up with that, but
I think that Time and Value are 2 themes that are very important to our vocalist and definitely to the rest of the band. Time is something limited, and what he was going for. As time goes on, the value of things increase in a way, and that could be anything, whether it be your values on life or even something physical. So it's a good representation of how we feel. The record definitely got a little darker than our last release.
So since it's darker, what aspects did you think was different, like the writing process as like a group?
We definitely went for darker chord progressions, and there's still that signature sound that we tried to have on our first EP, that upbeat fun stuff, but in terms of lyrical content too, it gets a little sadder, I guess, in certain ways, but we just wrote how we felt. We didn't really think too much about going for a certain sound, so
So during the production, was there any hardships that you guys faced? Whether it's like writer's block or
Writer's block was never really an issue.
Yeah, we usually just like bounce ideas off of each other, so we never really like stuck on something really, or we just like sleep on it and like work on it like the next day or something.
Oh, okay. Let's talk a little bit about the songs now. I guess your vocalist did more of the writing of the lyrics, or was it all together?
He definitely wrote most of all of the lyrics on the new EP. Yeah.
So to you guys, which out of 4 songs on that EP means the most to you, relates the most to you, I guess?
Well, personally, I really enjoy the first song, Heaven Sent. Like I said, that was the first song that Cedric showed me when I first joined the band, so that has something to do with it. But the song itself, came at a time where I was down myself, and basically the message to the song is about lifting people up. Heaven Sent is really it's used to describe like someone's like abilities that they're given, or someone's natural beautiful self that they're given. Someone is heaven sent. They're supposed to use their mind to pick themselves up. So that song, when I read the lyrics, I felt like he almost wrote it to support his friends, support us, and that meant a lot to me. So
to me, it'd have to be Blur. There's it just sounds very like full, and it's very dynamic. It gets like it's pretty aggressive at some parts, and then like we slow down, we go very low, and then we go back up. It's just a very fun song to play live.
And we even added in some screams, like that was like
just experiment around.
Yeah, on the first EP we had some harsher vocal stuff, but this was like the first time we were like, what, let's just get down with it.
Also,
gritty.
I think it was a little harsh in the third track. I can't think of the name right now.
Easy Way Out.
Easy Way Out.
Yeah,
we track.
If you want to talk about production too, we did a lot of stuff with layering vocals, and that definitely had a lot to do with our producer Steve.
Shout out to Steve Kellner.
Yeah, great guy. He genius with music and producing. So he had all these little ideas, that most people listening won't really recognize, but it's like all these little screams or harmonies that just add fullness. They just add space to what's not there, and that definitely has to do with this bigger sound I feel we have for the second EP.
With the writing of this album, what did you think? Did you do like write as artists? Pretty much like improve on as writers, musicians.
I think the structures on this new EP are better in my opinion, because more like classic structured, like basic structured, which is something that was different from False Positives.
The first EP was kind of more progressive, not in a sense where we're doing crazy complicated things, but it was hard to familiarize yourself with certain parts. On this EP, it's like you hear these things and they stick, I feel, like they have a very clean, appealable taste to them. The first EP was very raw. This EP, we took a lot of time to sit and think and write. It's like, for this part we'll drop this here, or the guitar will do this. I feel like we put a lot more thought into writing this EP, or just we spent a lot of time thinking about it. We'd record all of our ideas down, and we'd think about them and work on them, and it went a long way. Once we took it to the studio, we had all of our ideas in mind. Our producer built on them, and this is what it came to. And we even surprised ourselves when we heard the finished thing, because it's crazy, because you don't really think about writing as it's happening. It's like, because there's so many specific things when it comes to like rhythm changes and even just rhythms themselves, that just happen, and it's like you don't think about how they come about, they just do, and it's a really fun, magical process, and we see how we've improved since the last release.
So it doesn't just start out just say like your vocalist writes down the lyrics and it just comes out from that. It'll just be like from you playing.
It depends. Like Blur, I remember our vocalist showed it to me like months before we actually started writing it.
Oh, okay.
But it all depends. Some songs we write guitars first, but other songs he comes up with like lyrics first. It really depends.
So with the positive aspects of the album, we talked about. Now, what were some things that you feel like, let's improve this next time we release some music?
I mean, drum like some of the. I would say we could definitely find even bigger sound, like more crisp tones. You know, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer, though. You know, we stand by what we did. You know, we spent a lot of time on it, and we're very proud. But it's not easy. You know, the thing is, especially like when you go in and tracking, you know, there's things you just learn about the process that you say to yourself, you know what, next time I'm going to do this. You know, the main difference between this release and what we want to do in the future is we didn't really properly demo the songs out. You know, we morely did like guitar stuff and practice with vocals, and then we got together and jammed it out. You know, so maybe in the future we'd want to demo something out.
Definitely.
You know, just to
make it like a puzzle, like,
you know,
piece
so
by
it's like
piece.
so it's like we all have a clear vision of what's going to happen in the song instead of relying on a good, like a voice memo on a phone. You know, you know, because sometimes it's just a quick thing, but you know.
So it seems like you guys have like lots of chemistry. Do you feel like that's just natural, or did it like form over time?
I think it was natural. When I started hanging out with him and Luca, Cedric, you know, we were always hanging out, laughing, writing, and stuff, and it's definitely not easy. You know, there's times we wanted to rip each other's faces off, but you know, we definitely work hard together, and we're trying to do big things with this. So you know, you have to learn to deal with each other in a sense. You know, we're gonna be seeing each other a lot. You know, we're trying to get on the road soon, actually, for our first tour.
Okay.
Not too many details about that, but you know, hopefully
Something's coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So people, if you're listening and you like what you hear, keep your eyes open, and we might be coming to a city near you.
So one of the songs I wanted to talk about was Blur. Well, since you guys didn't write the lyrics, so we'll just take like what's your like symbolism of it, like what you think of it. I believe it was the chorus, I believe, and it goes, I took a step outside my boundaries. With open eyes, the world seemed clear to me. Familiar faces surrounding. Still, the emptiness is killing me. So I thought that was really powerful how they made it like, oh, this is great, and it just turns really dark at that last line.
Yeah, you know, I guess I could tell you my take on it. You know, what it's really about is, you know, stepping outside your boundaries, is becoming familiar with things. You know, like it's like if you're like afraid or nervous about something, you know, you want to try and step outside, you know, open yourself up to something new. So it eventually progresses. It's like what he's saying is, you know, I did that, you know, I opened myself up, you know, now I'm in a situation where there's all these people around me that I know and love, but maybe it's not exactly what you want. You know, it's like a symbolism for like, just because you're comfortable with things in life doesn't mean it's always the best thing. You know, you know, people find comfort in routine, doing the same thing. So the line is more about, you know, I have all these things in front of me, but you know, I still haven't found like that true happiness. So it's definitely not supposed to be like the most uplifting line, you know, but it's definitely one of the most powerful parts, and that's definitely one of the more fun parts to play, the second verse of that song. So
so we're kind of running out of time. So before we end, how about you just tell us some like future plans? We know you just said try a tour in the future. Is there any other goals for the band?
As of right now, it's just we actually started writing again, just you know, just to stay creative, but definitely looking to just play shows, like definitely promote Time and Value more, because I think hearing Time and Value like in a live setting could definitely encourage other people to listen to it when they get home. So I think live shows are definitely important. So definitely playing a lot of shows, making merch, and just being social on the internet.
Try to play in like other cities, maybe
Definitely.
states.
Definitely.
yeah, you know, we branched out a little. We got to Jersey. We played Long Island. But yeah, we're gonna try and play as many shows as we can, and we actually have a video for a song off the EP in the works. So people could look out for that too.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming in. You told me you guys went through lots and lots of traffic, and now you gotta drive all the way.
Yeah,
back.
you know,
We'll get some food or something.
we're sorry about that. We didn't mean to, show up so late. We left the house at like 12:30, and it took us like 3.5 hours to get here. So
there's plenty of good places to eat, so at least you come out for something, find something.
Well, we appreciate you having us, and
well, like I said, I talked to you earlier. If you ever want to do acoustic stuff, we'll try to set something up. And that's about it. So again, thanks. Hopefully we'll talk again soon. And for the audience, make sure to check out their music, Memento NY on Facebook, Twitter, I guess, right? Anything else?
Instagram too, if you want. But
listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah. Spotify.
That's cool.
And check out their Bandcamp if you want to look more into their EP. All right, we're going to be listening to Democracy Now! So this is DJ Iram. I will be signing off.